It's the year 3025. You're located on the planet of Solaris, the gaming world to the inner sphere, where millions of people tune in every night to watch battlemechs fight it out in the arenas. You've been located on this planet for 5 years, working your way up through the ranks until you got a corporate sponsorship through Defiance Industries of Hesperus 2. You've been fighting for them as their mech jock as you learn the trade. As you've been working your way up, you've been with your surviving crew, learning, teaching, fighting everywhere you can until that day comes when you are the best in the arena. But you have decided that maybe there's other things in the world, in this widespread galaxy, other than sitting yourself in the arena, facing off every night against a new opponent. Yes, you made your millions, but you think maybe there is something better out there. Maybe the life as a mercenary might be something that might interest you. To one night, when you're in a bar, a shadowy figure approaches you and decides to ask you this question. You want to live forever? Do you want to make glory other than the arena? Do you want to command companies of mechs on the battlefield? You ask yourself, maybe that is something I want to do. So, I'll bite. What do you have in mind? We have a mission, if you wish to take it. It's covert operation for a handful of mech jocks just like you. You pick your unit, your force, and we'll pay you handsomely to go in there and take what you need for us. And we'll reward handsomely with salvage, support, and you can go back to the arena. This will be a short mission. And you ask yourself, a short mission? That means I can get back. Ask yourself, when will this happen? It'll take less than 4 months. 4 months. That means I can get back into the arena and fight once again for the championship. So, tell me more. What could go wrong? Well, there you go. So what we're going to be doing is talking about how do you start a game. That's kind of like what we do when we're looking at starting a game system in Battletech. You have your starting force. We always play mercenaries. The whole purpose of it is that you get a better understanding of the game when everything that you're doing is on the line. Be it through the use of heat and weapons, etc. Now, what this is going to be is a series I'm going to go through and looking at most of the mechs that you find in the 3025 book, which is the old FOSSA book before they made it the 3039, which is the most modern tech manual. But in the year 3025 or 3020, around there, is when we usually started all of our campaigns as a mercenary company, working our way up to about the year 30, 60, 65, 70, somewhere in there. And that will go all the way through the clan wars. And also you would have the FedCom war, where House Lyrian and Davian are going to fight it out. They have their own little civil war. So there's lots of time when you can have plenty of contracts working with the houses. Be it, if you want to work with House Davian, House Lyo, House Mark, Karita, or the Illyrians. So this is going to be a series where we're going to look at different mechs. I'll pull one. I'll probably start with a light mech, then a medium mech, then a heavy, then an assault, and then start the whole ball rolling on. And what we're going to do is go through every different mech that you can find in the game. And the whole purpose is, what is the strengths, what are the weaknesses? Because if you're looking at it from a mercenary, you're not just going to hodgepodge throw stuff in to your force. You're going to have, let's say you might want to have 4 medium mechs. So you say you want a Phoenix Hawk, you want a Shadow Hawk, you want a Griffin, and let's say a Trebuchet or something like that. And as a mercenary, you're not beholden to any house. You're picking mechs up through salvage, through the auction house, etc. Because there's certain worlds where they're like a storehouse or warehouse or an auction house where you can pick up all these different vehicles, battlemechs, aerospace, you name it. You can pick them up for a cost that you get through a contract. And what you're going to do is just slowly build your up over time and just figure out what you want to do. And what we're going to start off with is, as you're sitting there, let's say you're like the whole story was there. That's how we usually started off, is you're on the Solaris. You had your money. Let's say you started off with 30 million C-bills, plus you have a mech or two that you've picked up along the way that you already purchased that was your arena mech. In this case, let's say the character he was in an Axeman, because the Defiance Industries was the production, had the production of the Hatchetman. And as a reward, let's say your pilot was gifted a Axeman due to all the time that you were in the arena. Plus, you were using the Axeman in the arena as you're like a test bed, trying to do experimental versions of it and letting the little, what do you call them, mech engineers back at the industry doing a test. It's like, all right, let's try this version. So you do that. Say, no, that's not working. This is what we need to do it, because this is what works best for the pilot. He fights the best this way. So, all right, well balanced this way or this way. So the whole purpose of this is, I'm going to go through is like, all right, here's the standard mech that comes straight out of the factory. Nothing ever seems to stay the same when you are a mercenary. The one thing I found out is, if you're a mercenary, things get tore apart and put back together because it is salvage. It's like you may have a mech that gets hammered so hard, all thing that's left is just a chassis. All right, so they strip it down and it's all right. Let's put this. Let's get rid of this missile rack. Let's get rid of this missile rack. Or I want nothing but missile racks on this. I want 2 LRMs. I want 2 SRM racks and 2 medium lasers. All right, that's all right. Let's go with that. Or you tear off all the. Let's say it's got an AC-20 on it. You decide, oh, I don't want an AC-20 because that's just limited ammo. I want, let's say, an AC-10 or an AC-5 with some more medium lasers for in close fighting. The sky's the limit. What we're going to do is go through the standard mech, and then whatever variants may be listed, and then we're going to go in and tear it apart and put together, let's say, as if I'm the mech pilot, this is what I want for a custom job. Because as if you're in a stable, let's say on Solaris, nothing is stock. You have techs in your stable that will tear that thing apart, put it together the way you want it, and totally redesign it from the ground up. You're looking at mechs that suddenly the equivalent of, let's say, racing. It's not the showroom car anymore. It's now a stock car. Or it may be a Formula One. You name it. See the parallels. So that's what we plan on doing. That's going to be the series that I plan on putting out here. Expect maybe a video or 2 a week as we go through the 3025, and maybe we'll go through the Star League 2750 books. And then the 3050 book, the 3055, we'll just work our way through and start talking about things. What can happen. And as you can see in the picture, you got a guy sitting there looking at, let's say, a brochure of what's coming up in the next auction. And he's like, what can I do with this thing? This is what it is stock. What can I do to make this better? Because I may not be able to get ammunition. I may be in a long-term, let's say it may be a revolution. It could be an insurrection. You go in and with your little lance, you may not have ammunition for that mech. You may end up having to have only energy weapons. Because you got a fusion reactor. That's the only way you're going to get anything shooting downrange for a long time. Alright, so that's something we're going to be talking about. And you guys have a great day.